What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode 201 of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
I want somebody to animate me rotating out of my chair and spinning around.
I like that.
And once again, the Reverend Jared Petty.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Joyeux Noel, at all, etc. These here December holidays are in full swing. I'm excited about it. I know
Joy
you're not.
as Noel, is that what you said?
Joyeux Noel.
Joy is Noel.
You're pronouncing all the letters.
I'm doing
there.
it all wrong there, though. We need again.
Joey Noel.
We need Jen to do it.
She's in the other room working real hard.
I know.
You know what
She's got work going on. I can't do it right. I've been on a whole French accent kick today. I've been thinking about it a lot.
You have been on it?
Yeah, I was thinking about a little coworker of mine he was French, so understandably a thick French accent, and I always kind of admire the coolness of the French accent. My accent is all weird and lispy and strange, and I like people with strong accents. And the French, they just have such a great accent. I love it. I'm very jealous, pretty much of all.
Jen's
French
been taking
people.
conference calls here in French all day. It's been cool.
She's French. She's quite French.
Yeah. Well, she's French Canadian.
She's quite French Canadian.
But French Canadian people also have an awesome accent, or many of them do.
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
I don't want to
Quebec, you kidding me? Come on.
overgeneralize, but yeah.
This is the Kind of Funny Gamescast. We're each and every week right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We get together, talk about video games, all the things that we love about them. You can get the show early by going to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, just like our Patreon producers, Matthew Fellier and Travis Barrett did. If you want your name shouted out, just go to Patreon. It's cool. We shout a lot of people out.
It is cool.
You can also get the show early by going to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, and you get the pre and post show, a little added bonus.
That's pretty good. What are their names again, Tim?
Matthew Fellier and Travis Barrett.
All right, because I feel like they didn't get shouted enough. So Matthew, Travis, there we are.
There you go.
That's
There's
good.
your
Shout
shouts,
out.
boys.
Yeah.
There's your pretty shouts. You can get the show as a podcast and podcast services. Where, Greg?
Around the globe.
Thank you very much for that. And you can be watching live, like so many people are right now. And for that, we appreciate it.
They got to see when everything went wrong and there weren't sound and we had to troubleshoot stuff.
Morning
Hey,
show's
man.
going fucked up. That's the problem with the Kind of Funny morning show is, well, one of the problems. The Kind of Funny morning show.
I was going to say.
That's what you're going to see.
Rein it back a bit,
Is
buddy.
there's no rules on what's going to get copyright claimed, what's
got
going to
copyright
get
claimed
blocked. It's this video of a car drifting.
Yeah.
It's like, we watched all the Spring Breaker stuff. We watched all these, like, no, that's all fine. But this dude in a damn car.
Somebody's
So
trying to
it's
Mr.
not
Bucket us.
75 minutes of Nick talking about his balls. That's the problem.
No, there's no problem with that. No problem at
Hey,
all.
man, that's on brand.
Quality balls. Quality balls.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves there. They're old man balls.
Oh, God.
Just imagine Nick's balls for a second, Tim.
I think he has good balls. I don't know
You
for
think
a fact.
so?
Yeah.
What defines a good ball?
Ladies and
Roundness.
gentlemen, I want to keep talking about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, of course. No one's surprised. I want to give a quick progress.
The ball to end them all?
the ball to end them all. I want to give a quick
Terrible
progress
people.
update. I want 100% this game. I'm going to 100% this game. It is going to take me a long time, many years, some might think. And that might be it because there is a lot of content in this game, a lot of characters to beat classic mode in. But my update for World of Light is I am finally 100% complete.
Hey!
100%.
What was the
100%.
game clock on that?
We ended up being like 45 or some shit. It was fucking nuts.
Or were those weird fake time units, or was that real
It's
time?
fake time units.
Okay.
It's fake time units. But that doesn't account for the real time units I had doing one of the challenges, which is the thing I want to talk about. A big problem with this game, we've talked about World of Light a lot of the issues that it has, but a big problem is the last two fights that you go through, like the final battle and then there's a final battle,
Right.
are fucking awesome.
Oh, really?
And so few people are ever going to actually see them because it takes 40 hours to get there. The final fight, and I'm telling everyone this now in case they want to like be like, you know what, it's worth doing to push through. You go into, you face all the people, whatever. Then you play as Master Hand.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
You play as the hand and you need to defeat all the characters in the game.
Is your moveset good?
Every Smash Brothers
it's
character.
every single one. And they're all there and it reminds me of the final battle in Final Fantasy X. Did you ever play Final Fantasy X?
Yeah.
You know when you have to now fight all the Aeons
Oh,
that have
that's
been your
really
partners the whole time?
cool.
Your Master Hand, you're just batting the evil puppetry out of these characters.
Okay, that's rad.
And it was super cool. Like back in Melee, there was if you used Codebreaker or whatever, like the Game Shark for the GameCube era, it was in the code that you can end up controlling Master Hand. But with this, it's cool. It's like you left and right, up and down, you're moving, but then there's special attacks, and each one of them does all the different Master Hand things. I'm like, why is no one talking about this? This is awesome.
They probably don't want to spoil the game, and also no one's beating it.
Yeah, that's the bigger problem.
That's the secret, yeah.
So then after that, real quick, Joey Noel, what's up?
No, I needed my computer from Joey. I
oh.
forgot what topic of the show was, and I'm going to need stuff for that.
Oh, yeah, that's helpful.
Then that's not it. You do that. Then the final battle is you choose a character, and you know how in the trailer there was that light guy, Gallium or whatever the fuck, the guy that kills all the characters in the intro.
Didn't pay a lot of
yeah.
attention.
The thing that kills everybody.
Yeah.
There's that. Later in the game, you find out there's an equal dark version of it. You start the final match with them fighting each other as you're going up this platform tower, and you need to like hit each one of them, but like pretty much you're just trying to avoid being attacked by both of them.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is a really cool concept. Then eventually you get to the top, you fight a bunch of just random Smash characters. Then you go through a boss rush mode and you play through all the bosses back to back to back. And that's awesome because it really makes you realize like how much cool shit's in this game.
Yeah.
That is just spread across way too long of a playtime. You face off against Dracula, Giga Bowser, Marks from Kirby.
Dry Bones, of course.
Oh my God,
Dry
please
Bones.
tell me.
But it's awesome. It's like you just do all of that, and then once you beat that, then you have to fight the actual two, the light and dark thing, whatever. And then you're done, and you beat the game, and that's great. There's the challenge board in Smash that has, it's essentially achievements or trophies, right? And that's all like the extra shit you have to do. One of them is to beat that whole final segment without dying.
Wow.
And I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be grueling because it takes about 20 minutes to do that segment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you really want to do that just to
Took
have
me
the 100%?
4 tries.
You did
Took me
it?
4
Oh, you already
fucking
did
tries.
it.
Tim
Last
Gettys,
night,
pro
I freaking
Smash
did it,
player.
and I'm so happy that I never have to do that again. But oh my God, I'm so happy because it was one of those things where you don't get anything for losing. It's like, because if you lose, it doesn't count as like KOing anybody. So you don't get any stats, I'm like, this sucks. But it's fucking done. It's over with. Now I can move on to all the other mindless shit to complete for no reason.
Yeah.
But it brings me joy, Greg.
That's what it's all about.
Smash Brothers trophy collecting or spirit, whatever. It's the only time I understand you. You platinum trophy.
There we go.
There you go. You can never be mean about it again. You
Greg
can never
has
throw stones. You can never be rude. And you're not allowed to play any more games until you platinum Spider-Man. That's what Jared and I decided.
Oh, damn.
Yep, definitely.
Damn.
Because
I'm real close.
Because I sure platinum Spider-Man.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
No.
Have you even played Spider-Man yet? You're such a husk of a person. You used to make me sick. Next you're going to tell me you don't even have the Mr. Masagi Platinum. Get out of here. You disgust me.
Greg Miller.
Hey, buddy.
When we were watching the XO18 event, a game popped up called
not X-Men.
Thief of Thieves.
Right, from Skybound Games.
Yeah. That
based on a
looks-
comic book from Kirkman we didn't even know existed. I didn't know existed. I don't know. You didn't know either.
I did
but
not
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
It looked cool, and I said, this looks like a Greg Miller-ass
And
game.
it's so close to being a Greg Miller-ass game. So close. Because it was. We did the XO18 event. We watched it. All right, cool. It's got cell shading. It's got comic book panels. The trailer was cut really well. It was almost, you're watching, like, is this like a Hitman game? Like, what are we getting into? And I was like, I'm going to go home and get it. Totally forgot about it. Went on, turned on my Xbox, downloaded Below. It was in Game Pass, and I was like, oh, shit, Thief of Thieves. Downloaded that as well. You want to talk about Below later, right? You were saying like next week?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I did a little bit of Below and then jumped into Thief of Thieves. And it starts like, I was like, oh shit, this is totally, why is no one talking about this? This is going to fly under the radar. Because it starts with you walking through an airport and you're like silhouetted and it looks like a comic book. And I was like, and it's got like a good soundtrack to it. And I was like, fuck, this is pretty good. And then like you start talking to somebody over your phone or whatever, and you're like, okay, this is neat. This is interesting. All right, cool. And then it did like what I think is one of those not telltale games, but like telltale things in video games where like, uh-oh. Where you're walking and it's ready for the scenes transition and you just stop. And I was like, oh no. And it faded out and came into the next thing. And then it went into a comic booky cutscene again, but it was like, oh, it's all still frames and they're talking over it and they're like, we're both from, oh, that's okay. That's not a big deal. That's just a presentation issue. And then got into actual gameplay and it was like, oh man.
You just hear the prices right, like the boom, 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 boom.
And it's like, what I'm saying is this is falling from what I played, the hour of it, maybe, give or take an hour, maybe a little over, maybe a little under. It totally is like that thing of like, yep. No one's talking about this because this is one of those, what I would say, the AA games that fell away.
Yeah.
This is like a solid, from what I played of it, it was very early, yes. But like, this is a 6. This is a
not
six.
even- not even
this is a
7.
6.5. You know, probably a 6. It's probably a 6 from the hour 15, 45 I played.
Now, do you associate AA games with 6s? Like, do those two
Yeah, the
things kinda
THQ
overlap?
mid-run, like, all right, cool. Here's something to play in between your giant releases, the things you're super excited about. Before indies were everywhere, and you had all
That's
these different things
interesting.
to play.
I usually associate, like, the AA's I remember. I just didn't play games like that very long unless I absolutely had to.
Yeah.
And so usually I associate even AA experiences with 7 or 8 type area scores just because I only played the ones that I was having fun
And
with.
I think, and I'm saying on the south end of a AA game, and you know, I mean, a bad way of something that when you see a game like, remember, like granted, this is totally skewed by when I started at IGN, right, of 2007. So I'm getting all these PS2 games, all these 360 games, all dropping at once, and there's things you're picking up out of the crates of the library, like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
I never even heard of this game. And you look it up and it's like, oh yeah, flat 6. No wonder nobody knew.
There were
about it.
approximately 6 trillion PlayStation 2 games.
Right.
And so that's
And so that's the thing is, right, like you're playing it and it was like, okay, that was a weird, the presentation choices are weird, but again, it's like, okay, cool, whatever. It's a smaller game and they're telling it through comic books and stuff's popping up. That's neat. That's fine. But then, yeah, gameplay is like very Hitman-esque of like, you're infiltrating this thing. Like, I need to get this guy's delivery driver, maintenance uniform to go in there to do. And it's just like, oh, all right. And if I wanted this kind of experience, I play Hitman. Like, I don't, and this isn't as detailed at all or as in depth as Hitman, right? Like, it's more towards the narrative, but it's just like, well, all right, no, the narrative's not that great. Like, it was like, I see what you're doing. Cool. I'm gonna bounce now. Bye.
I'm gonna bounce.
Done. Uninstalled. But hey, I turned on my Xbox.
Yeah, hey,
There you go.
Borderlands VR. You played a little bit of that today.
Yes, of course. Borderlands 2 on PlayStation VR dropped last week. It's something we had been interested about since it got shadow announced pretty much, right? Where it was just out of blue and it's going to be out next month. You're like, oh shit, fuck. All right, cool. And if you're unfamiliar, there's no multiplayer in it, but it is the entire Borderlands 2 campaign. It's gained infamy recently with the IGN review kerfluffle, which if you're not familiar with, a review got posted on IGN late last week and then was taken down Friday night along with Dan Stapleton stepping onto Reddit to be like, we understand that there was misinformation in this review. We've removed it. We're working on it. We've reached out to Metacritic to take down the score.
Oh, I missed that whole thing.
Yeah, it was that they gave it a 3 out of 10 and the reviewer was like, you can't do this, that, or the other thing in it. And comments were like, no, you very much can. Did you look at the controls? Like those are in there, like very much. So like immediately the knocks he had on it were then taken out by that kind of thing.
Okay.
And
Poor Dan.
it has been that thing. Yeah, what a year for IGN and reviews and problems, not of their own. I digress. That's a different Gamescast.
Dan's good people.
Playing the game, got it in. I again did an hour of it today because showcase and then just life and everything else we're doing. January 4th coming up real quick. But got in there, put an hour because it was that thing of, man, what's going on? And we had a really great conversation on Games Daily about the IGN kerfluffle, me and Andrea, right? And Andrea's point being to that of if something got a 3 out of 10, I would want someone to overlook or oversight that and do that. And blah, blah, blah. We went back and forth about it, if that's possible or not. But in the very same way I'm talking about Thief of Thieves, where I'm like, oof, yeah, 6, okay, I see where you're going for this. You know what I mean? It's the same way of playing that game for the hour I played it, which is if you're a Borderlands 2 person, right? You wake up, meet Claptrap, pick your character, bullymongers, all this stuff, or bullymongs, get out, and then you're out into the world or whatever, right? Like I played through all that, like the opening tutorial. Just from that, I'm like, there's no way this game's a 3. You know what I mean? Like for the argument with Andrea, or not the argument, but the conversation of like, how if somebody else in the office would have been playing it, I think they would have been like, wait, no way, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Again, I digress. What I'm saying is it runs really well. And
Awesome.
it looks like Borderlands 2, which is an old game, right? You know what I mean? Like,
But it's still in VR.
and exactly,
Yeah, like,
there's weird presentation choices of like, like obviously you're in this game and you're in VR and you know wherever you're looking is where you're looking. But then cutscenes, whatever, do go boom to like theater mode and you're watching that or whatever. Like that's interesting. And like the intro cutscene didn't run super well or this, that, or the other. But playing it, I was like, no, this functions well. I'm walking around with free move. You can teleport. I was walking around free movement with a stick, not getting
What'd you
sick.
think of the detached hand thing? Like, did that work?
It did. I got over it. It was at first you're like, that's a weird choice, right? So if like when you're running, you see like your arms all the way, but like when I equip the shotgun, like it pumps out a little bit further than you, so you see basically like floating hands from Adam's family. So you see like the cutoff of where the arms are. They don't extend to your body.
Got it.
And so
I'm assuming that's so it's not like Traveler, so that you don't have this like arm
I think so,
distorting
too.
in horrible ways.
And that was the thing is like the game, it's Borderlands. It's the same, like the new dialogue they've added in to explain what's going on from Claptrap. Like, oh, you've got one of those fancy virtual reality echoes or whatever he calls it. It's like they're playing off that. They know what they're doing. And I think it does work well. And I was surprised, in the hour I got, I didn't get any guns that aimed down sights. So it was just having like a loose handgun with no sights on it or whatever. And the target floating around, I'm like, I don't know if I'm a fan of that. And then as I started playing, I was like, you know what? This is actually nice. Fighting all the bully I'm saying that wrong, right? Did you play Borderlands 2?
I'm not a big Borderlands guy.
I don't not enough to know
that's one of those games that like I respect from afar.
Yeah.
Like I've played it.
Yeah.
I did not pull me in.
I did have that moment of like, I could play this again. I could see me playing this again, but it's like, no, I'm not going to do it. But shooting felt really good. Moving felt really good. Looting felt really good. Like I wasn't surprised, but it also was surprising. Like the way the HUD felt really good.
Yeah.
Like when you activate it the first time and your health pops up down here, and then eventually shields get added over, and the way it hovers over as you go rather than be locked to the screen, which sounds weird, but you know how it is when you play VR.
I feel like Borderlands 3 could be like a huge jump above what 2 was in terms of like how contemporary game design has changed. If it were designed based on the aesthetics of other games of its ilk now,
and that's
and
the
other
problem,
things
though, right?
that have happened, you could have a really exceptional video
Playing
game that
Borderlands
I would get
2,
really into.
Playing Borderlands 2, it is like, man, Borderlands was great. This is so, and that's the thing is the playing, it's like turning in the thing, getting the money, getting the quest, getting my badass points. All right, cool, I've leveled up. It's like, yeah, I remember this. I remember this being awesome and going in and selecting my weapons and, putting on my shields and all that stuff. But it is that thing of, they've been working on Borderlands 3, hopefully, for so long. And is it going to be Fallout 4? Or where it is just, hey, guess what, everybody? It's Borderlands 2, but better. And it's like, well, cool, but like things have changed since. Even when I played the Handsome Collection with the pre-sequel, and granted, again, the pre-sequel was put into the Handsome Collection to get onto the current gen consoles. Yeah. Great times, but again, very much what it was.
But there is something to be said for just reintroducing a kind of game that kind of gets forgotten about. If it is just more Borderlands 2, but better and prettier and quicker, maybe that's a good thing because some design aesthetics, they fall behind, we forget about them. But one of the things I really liked about Housemarque was how they would find ways to take games that we had kind of forgotten existed, genres, and they'd be like, no, really, there's a lot to be mined in this still. And I think one of the reasons people reacted to their comment about Arcade is Dead so violently was that they had proved over and over again, no, it's not.
Right.
And that was probably a very carefully chosen quote. A Borderlands that leans into its old strengths in a way that doesn't test our patience could be great.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Borderlands is a beloved franchise, and it has been going a long time, which is why every time we do a prediction for anything,
Borderlands 3,
it's got to be coming. It's got to be happening now. Yeah.
I'm really surprised at the amount of full-fledged games that are being put into VR that seem to work. Yeah. Like when you look at this, you look at Skyrim, it's like Doom.
Well, the weirdest thing about it, Skyrim and Doom, I didn't give much time. I've played Skyrim again enough that I need to. Doom was fun, but not my thing. I was surprised jumping into this one because I when I think about VR, I am, and I'm not thinking about experiences anymore, right? But I am thinking about it in totally different ways, where Moss has me anchored, except for when I lean in, right? And Astrobot, very similar. I'm anchored, and then I move the world with me. Beat Saber, I'm anchored in interacting. When it was like, all right, cool, it's a full-blown, FPS, it's in VR, it brings up memories of me of the Tomb Raider PlayStation 4 edition they put out for the second one. I don't
remember.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's right there, but I can't see past the one box.
Tomb of the Rise Raider.
Tomb of the Rise Raider. Pull up that PlayStation 4 box.
The 20-year celebration.
20-year celebration. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration.
Yeah. Sounds wrong.
Nah, it was fine.
I remember,
but they put in Croft Manor, and that was a walk around thing, and that was one of the few VR experiences where I was like, "Woof, okay, like I'm not ready for this." And then you get it in here, and it's like immediately Claptrap's like, no, you got your teleport, and you can do this if you want to. And I was like, all right, cool. And I tried it a little bit, and I'm like, wow, this seems like it might make combat really easy, or this, that, or the other. But then it was like, can I move? And I hit the stick, and I just was moving, and I wasn't sick. And again, so I think one of the probably the reason that people, no, I shouldn't even say that. Jumping into controls, like, there are so many comfort settings in terms of that. And like, you know what I mean? Like of moving your walk speed up to run, turning it. Oh yeah, exactly. But I thought personally, I thought even more, but I never went too deeply in depth with that. But in terms of shooting and mechanics and this, that, and for Borderlands, there was a bunch of things in there where it's like, oh, awesome. Even if it wasn't working for me as is, there'd be different things to do it.
You were asking me earlier about Spider-Man, which is, a beautiful, very interesting game.
Yeah.
But there is a part of me that wonders, like, I would love the idea of a VR Spider-Man game, and I also wonder if it would kill me.
Yeah,
totally. To play.
Yeah,
but
totally.
God, what if it didn't kill you?
And that's
what if there were a way to play it that didn't make me want to die?
I should go back and put Tomb Raider back in, because is it the fact that was within the launch window really of PlayStation VR, and now that I play, not like I'm too much, but I play a lot of PlayStation VR compared to a normal person. Like, is it that I've got my sea legs finally, and like that just doesn't happen anymore? But it was weird because I took it off and then ran outside to get packages, and coming back upstairs, I was like, oh, now I'm kind of car sick.
Yeah,
I'm like going from that to actually doing stuff.
What is happening here?
But yeah, from the hour I played of it, yeah, it's fun and it works, and it is something I'm interested to engage more with. I don't know if I will, because this morning I woke up and I was like, I think it's time. I'm going to fire the Division back up. It's time to start getting my shields or whatever for Division 2.
Yeah, you were mentioning that last time.
I'm finally getting there, though, I think.
Jared.
Yes, sir.
Earth Defense Force 5.
Yes, indeed. I reviewed this for the Imagine Games Network, the old IGN a while ago, and on our last show, didn't have time to bring it up. Holy crap. What a delightful surprise this was.
Really?
No, I want to be clear.
You've done previews of it, right? You liked it.
I'm a fan of Earth Defense Force. I had played some Earth Defense Force before this came out. I played many of the other games, and I had played a little of 5 before it came out. But this is the best Earth Defense Force game I've ever played.
No shit. Why?
It is really, really good. Well, I'll tell you why, Greg.
Thank you.
One, because there is some quality of life stuff that's been done. Stuff like the increased mobility for some of the classes where it was a little grindy to pick things up before. Now making things like that easier. Or significantly increasing frame rates in more situations so that it doesn't feel nearly as choppy as a lot of EDF games do when
because that was always the charm, right? I remember Clayman and Brudvig being obsessed with EDF at IGN, and it was always it stutters and it chugs and things appear out of nowhere and it's bad, but it's just a B movie and I'm shooting bugs.
Yeah, for those that are not familiar with the series, have you ever played it, Tim?
I did not. I've seen Let's Plays, though, of the Funhouse guys doing it. It looks like a lot of stupid, dumb fun.
It is. It's like, it's a whole like school. It's as if the PlayStation 2 generation never ended and they just kept stacking more chips inside a PS2.
Yeah.
And they're like, what if instead of creating the most beautiful graphics imaginable, the kind of cutting edge God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2 style Spider-Man experiences we're used to. And instead we use all that processing power to make like 600 ants the size of
Particle
houses
effects, baby.
attacking you all at once.
Yeah.
And that's what the game is. And you just deal with dozens and dozens of enemies, some of which, and I'm not exaggerating, are like half a mile tall.
That's cool.
And it's not like a rendered background. It's an enemy. And just the scale of this game is unfathomable. The cities are completely destructible. So on top of blowing up like dozens of enemies at once, you're also blowing up buildings everywhere and things are raining down on you in ways. But what really made me love it, one is it's just solid mission design. The first few missions, like all EDF games, are slow. And the last few missions, which veer from the pattern of experimentation or a little more like trial and error, are not as great. Mm-hmm. But the vast bulk of the game, it's 110 missions. So
wow.
I'd say about 90, 100 of those are just great arcade shoot 'em up fare. And good Lord, the multiplayer is awesome.
Great.
And that I did not. You know how I feel about multiplayer games. I don't want to play with people.
Sure. Yeah, you hate people.
It's like Destiny without the stress.
Wow.
Class-based, 4-player multiplayer gameplay out there, or 2-player split screen. But even with a couple of people, it works pretty well, or it did when I was playing it. And I was playing with somebody in Australia, so it's a fair distance there. You get together, you pick your classes, the abilities complement each other. Somebody can lock on a laser to give my missiles more range. Another guy can call in airstrikes. Vehicles go from practically useless to completely awesome. Like lots of things change. And and suddenly it's like I'm fighting 10 kaiju and there are like 10 rip-off giant Jaeger robots running around, and there are 200 giant spiders the size of semi-trucks, and there's explosions going on around me, and all of this is happening, and multiple people are running around, and AIs are helping me out, and I'm having a blast. And it's not like Dynasty Warriors where it starts to feel like endless like whacking, though.
Yeah.
The weapons really make a difference, and there is a strategy. It's like, even when you're being attacked by 50 things at point-blank range, it's like, how long do I reload? When do I do my weapon switch? Can I make a roll to that first aid box that just dropped before I fall here? Where's my partner? Or have they been grabbed? Should I shoot the red end? And all this is happening quarter-second bursts.
Sure. Yeah.
It's great.
What platforms is this on?
I played it on PlayStation 4.
Cool.
And I'm thoroughly impressed by Earth Defense Force 5. It is ugly. And when you play the first few missions, you're going to be like, Jared, you're crazy.
Yeah.
These are just big, empty, dumb hallways. Why am I playing this? And even when the first ants show up, you're going to be like, there are over 1,000 weapons in this game. Like,
Seems
it's
excessive.
just, yeah. It keeps track of the number of enemies I kill. And by the way, it took me like 60 hours to beat it. 55, 60. It's really long. But
Suck it, World of Light.
yeah, exactly. But it kept track, and I have the count in my review, but I killed something like 21,000 enemies in the course of playing the game, and it keeps track of how many times you. Also, this is a dumb spoiler, but I love it so much. This is one of it's part of the very few video games I've ever played where at the end you kill God.
Oh, nice.
So there's also
Nice.
Is he an ant?
with an assault. No, he's God, and you
Okay.
kill him with an assault rifle.
That's cool.
And so after
Do you
battling,
become God then?
no,
Does
you
the
do not
world
become
explode?
God.
Does the universe fall apart?
I'm not going to spoil the rest,
Okay.
but it's enough to know that you kill God at the end of a game about fighting giant ants. My dream
take
in
it.
life is to be one of. It also has the world's deliberately worst voice acting. Like there'll be people that are just like, the ants, they're no. Like I want to be one of those people so bad, and eventually they start debating like philosophy over the radio while you're playing. I'm talking a lot.
Force.
This sounds like a Jared ass game.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
so good. Also, there are like blatant typos in the text in the game. Like just
Ship it
completely
good enough.
misspelled
Do
words.
you think it was on purpose? Or?
Yeah. Oh, no, I think it was not on purpose.
No, but just
somebody saw it
You wanna
and
leave
didn't
it.
correct it.
Yeah, because again, that's the charm of this.
Yeah,
the charm
yeah.
of Earth Defense Force is that it's kind of broken. It's kind of weird. It's
Yeah.
totally weird.
Yeah, but it's not
What a
just like
world.
fake charm. It is one of the most fun games I played this year.
Wow. All right.
In a great year, this game stands up with some of the best of them.
that's awesome.
What about you, Greg? Have you played them? I mean, did you ever enjoy
I
any of them?
tinkered here and there when we were at IGN, but I never got super into one. I think I tried. There was a Vita one, right? I think I tinkered with that.
Escape
yeah.
from Planet Space.
Of course, how can
No,
I forget?
Invaders from Planet Space.
Gotcha,
Pardon me.
okay,
Invaders
yeah.
from Planet Space.
That's all you need to know, Tim.
That's
right
all
there.
you need to know.
Which is a remake of the PlayStation 2 Japan exclusive Earth Defense Force.
Man.
Tim, what I need to know is that
going on
while
here.
he was talking at one point, you got distracted by the ceiling. What did you see?
I just don't know what that thing is.
What thing? The power brick?
Is that a power brick? I
That's
just can't
power
see
brick.
what it's
That's
connected
a power
to.
brick.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
cable.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looked like there was just a black
black
thing.
box
just
up
like,
there?
yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Tim Gettys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's occasionally been noted that I tend to rant
Yes.
on my own on this show.
Uh-huh.
So with Earth Defense, maybe I should have done more back and forth than ranting there. so
No,
I wouldn't have
that
noticed
was
out of the
good.
ceiling. But
I appreciated it.
I just don't know what to. It could be a giant ant.
It might be, dude. We got to be careful with
good
this.
shit.
Greg?
Yeah.
I want to get straight to it now.
Now, here's my question for you. I know you want to get straight to topic of the show, right? Mm-hmm. Why don't you do mobile gamer bullshit? That way, if topic of the show goes long and you have to bolt, I can continue that. Jared can ask me questions about topic of the show. You're part of topic of the show, a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
but if we go long
can
on
do that.
topic of the show, we don't get to do mobile gamer bullshit for like the 15th week in a row.
Well, the biggest thing is we have to do it this week because it's Christmas themed.
Exactly.
Let's fucking do it.
Cool, Greg, hit the song. Oh, what's that song? Don't worry. It's mobile game or bullshit. It's a mobile game or bullshit. Jared's gonna read some stuff for a thing, and then side of it's gonna. Jared Petty!
Hey, that was awesome.
Thank you. That's what
Can
I
we
do.
just do that every week? That's
No, it's
wonderful.
not nearly as fun.
Ladies
Stupid
and gentlemen,
Kevin breaking everything.
this week, a straight ripoff of an inspiration. One of my favorite podcasts, Good Job Brain. Go check it out. Great folks. But they play a game sometimes with Lifetime original and Hallmark original movies where you have to decide whether or not it's real or not. It is absolutely an inspiration
Love this.
for mobile gamer bullshit. But this week we are diving right in. Mobile game or Hallmark original Christmas movie.
Got it. Cool.
You're familiar with the Hallmark Christmas
yeah.
classics.
Of course. How can I not be? Yeah.
They're
I mean, I
only-
don't remember any of their names, but
Yeah.
I know what they are. Usually Candace Cameron Burris or whatever. She's
there.
in it all the
Amy
time.
Jo
yeah.
Johnson, she's in
Okay.
it too.
Okay.
Looking these up, I just didn't understand. They make literally, and I'm not dozens of these a year.
Yeah.
Of original
We have
movies.
a friend who was trying to sell a spec script for one.
That's
Dozens a year.
yes. Wow. It's incredible.
Well, back in the day, Disney Channel original movies were once a month, so I get it.
There were a lot of those.
That's a
Yeah,
dozen.
but I'm talking like 4
Dozens.
dozen.
First time I
Wow.
ever saw Katherine Heigl.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
On
a
a
Disney
Disney
Channel.
Channel original?
The one where she switched bodies with her sister.
Freaky Friday.
No, that's what you'd think, but it's not that one.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it though.
The holiday classic Hocus Pocus originally planned as a Disney Channel original
No
film.
shit.
Yeah. That was what it was first written
Wow.
And then they're like, we got Bette Midler. Put this on the big screen.
for.
Yeah.
That's
the first ever Disney Channel original movie. Most people don't know this. Susie Q.
Did not know that.
with Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger. All right, Jared, go
All
for it.
right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. In honor of the 12 days of Christmas, there are 12.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
12 opportunities for me to lose.
That's right. This could be it, Tim. You're secretly really into Lifetime and Hallmark. I know it.
I've never lost to Tim.
All right.
For people joining us, just a heads up, I've never lost. Can I keep it perfect for the year? We'll see.
You about to get got, Greg Miller.
All right, here we go. Number 1, Tim Gettys.
Yes.
Mingle All the Way.
Fuck. It's definitely a movie.
Hallmark original movie. Greg Miller.
I am saying it's a game. Mobile game.
Mobile game.
On
the first day of Christmas, Greg Miller said, on the second day of Christmas, Greg Miller.
Yeah.
Road to Christmas.
Road to Christmas? Ooh, that is a good one. I do like where your head's at. You're a great picker. That is a good one. Road to Christmas. And there's no both this time around, right?
No both. These are all one or the other.
Ooh, fuck. Mobile game.
Mobile game. Tim Gettys. Movie. Number 3, Tim Gettys. Third day of Christmas. Magical Christmas ornaments.
Game.
Mobile game. Greg Miller.
That is, in fact, a mobile game.
Mobile game. Number 4, Romance at Reindeer Lodge.
That is a movie. Bullshit.
Movie.
Number 5, Christmas Connection.
Oh, God. Movie.
That is, in fact, a mobile game.
Mobile game. Number 6, Finding Santa.
Fuck you, Jared. That's a really good one.
That's a both if I ever fucking heard
Finding
one.
Santa. I'm going to say that is, in fact, a mobile game.
Mobile game.
I'm also going to say mobile game.
Mobile
Copycat.
game. Number 7, seventh day of Christmas here. Miss Christmas, like Ms. Pac-Man.
Movie.
I'm going to say mobile game.
Mobile game.
These are really good. I'm not confident.
Thank you. I'm very proud of these.
Cool.
Number 8, Operation Christmas.
Damn it.
Operation Christmas is, in fact, a movie. Bullshit.
I'm going movie as well.
Bullshit.
Number 9, Christmas Land.
Fucking fuck. Game.
Mobile game.
I'm saying mobile game as well.
Mobile game. Number 10, Santa's Village.
What game could that possibly be?
Shit. It's so there was a Santa's Village I went to, in Illinois. I think it was in Hampshire, maybe. We'd go to Santa's Village. Open year round. Weird. And Nick Foley goes to one too all the time with his kids. Santa's Village, shit, is a movie. I'm going to say it's bullshit movie.
I'm going to go game.
Let's go in
What do I have to
game.
lose? Except for this game.
Number 11, Tim Gettys. North Pole. All one word.
Oh, that's a game changer.
Game.
Mobile game.
I'm saying mobile game as well.
Mobile game. Number 12, Santa Switch.
Ooh, damn, Jared. I'm saying bullshit. That's a Hallmark movie.
It's a movie.
Bullshit.
Movie. Here we go. That's the 12 days of Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Are you
Let me
ready?
ask a question to start this off.
All right.
Are they all movies?
No.
Okay, good.
But it's close.
There's just not many Christmas games.
There are not a lot of Christmas games. We talked about this.
Yeah.
There's very, very, very few of them.
All right.
I'm hoping for that Hot
Here we
Elf
fucking
Bowling
go.
reboot.
Here we fucking
but-
go. What'd you say?
Huh?
Hot elves.
No, Hot Elf Bowling reboot.
Oh.
Sorry, Hot Elves. Well,
Like hot elves, local hot elves in your area this December 24th. Go, Jared.
I don't want to be,
Go, Jared.
Yeah. Just saying Zooey Deschanel was a hot elf in that movie.
I never watched it.
What movie?
Elf.
Oh, she was in that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. She was very, very Zooey Deschanel-ish and therefore
Yeah.
very beautiful. All right. Here we go. Number 1, Mingle All the Way. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
Tim is on the board first.
Yes.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Number 2, Road to Christmas. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
Tim is out to a 2-0 lead.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me magical Christmas ornaments. Believe it or not, a Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We all struck out there.
2-0, Tim.
I'll take it.
Number 4, kind of kept this on as a gimme because I just love the name. Romance at Reindeer Lodge. is in fact a Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We both get it. 3-1, Tim.
It's getting scary, Greg.
I know.
Good. It's getting real good.
Can Santa come deliver his goods inside Tim's chimney? We'll find out.
You hate Christmas so much.
That's why he'd like to do this.
This is the sweetest victory.
Number 5, Christmas Connection. That's a Hallmark original Christmas movie.
Tim, once again, he is at 4-1.
Oh my gosh, that's a commanding lead.
Yeah, I don't think he can come back from that.
Number 6, Finding Santa. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We both struck out there.
Wow.
Miss Christmas. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
Damn, there you go. That's got to be game, but 5-1, Tim.
Yes!
Number 8, Operation Christmas. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We both got a point there. 6-2.
Number 9,
I would have to, yeah.
Christmas Land. Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We both struck out.
Wow.
Number 10, Santa's Village. Mobile game.
Damn. Good job, Tim. 7-2, Tim.
Number 11, North Pole, one word.
Yeah.
Somehow a Hallmark original Christmas movie.
We both got a movie. Mobile game.
I saw that one. I was like, well, they're going to get that one wrong. Got to make a point of that one word. Number 12, Santa Switch. Hallmark original Christmas
We both
movie.
got that one, but it doesn't matter. 8-3.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's finally happened.
I am the fucking king of Christmas.
I don't know if that's
Greg
how it
Miller.
works. I don't
That
know.
is how it works. Do you have Santa's official hat?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
what's
even know. Is
mine?
that Santa's official hat?
It's
Is
his
that
official hat. The motherfucker gave it to me himself
he's personal,
for
huh?
winning this game. He was right off camera.
It's his Instagram verified hat.
Yes.
Right there.
Oh, I'm so happy about this. Oh, it feels good.
You
They don't-
finally
they
won.
don't tell you how to prepare for this, how to get ready for this feeling that just overwhelms you.
Yeah.
You mean of like being a loser for so long
Yes.
and then suddenly not being a
Yes.
loser for a brief period?
You know why, Jared?
What's that?
Because it's mobile game or
bullshit. It's a mobile game or bullshit. Jared's gonna read some stuff from the thing and we'll decide if it's game or not. Jared Betty!
That was fun.
Now it's time for topic of the show. That was a really good one.
Thank you.
Really
I know
good
I
one.
went really heavy on the Hallmark, but I just thought
I made it.
worked.
I made
Yeah.
it good.
Damn, some of these are terrible fucking movie titles.
My God, Hallmark movies in review. Greg Miller, finally.
Yeah.
We're going to do the behind the scenes of the Kind of Funny Games Showcase.
Correct.
So many people have reached out to us asking questions here and there. We kept saying, we'll talk about it on Gamescast. We'll talk about it on Gamescast. Now's the time to talk about it on Gamescast.
Sure, okay.
Well, before you guys get into the details, I'd like to leap in and explain what it was like. It was you guys sitting at your desk going,
Was a lot
Yeah.
of that.
"Oh God!" for about 3 months. That was from the outside
month and a half,
experience.
about a month.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
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 And it's funny, what I was telling Jen last night as we poured over how bad this week is already. It was just like,
It's a bad week.
It's still the aftershocks of the showcase. We put off all the stuff we need to do for January 5th and to get ready for the break. So we're working this week. And I thought it was just going to be totally easy. And it's like, oh, we have at least one extra podcast every day.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, this isn't, and we're not ending things early. We're stuck here doing all this amazing work that we love. But it's like, oh man, I thought the showcase was the last hurdle. This is the last hurdle. And even then we got to get more hurdles for the fourth.
I will say, though, and not that I want to like turn this into this
Circle jerk?
bitch,
okay.
fest circle jerk. I remember about 2 months ago looking at all the big projects we had, the Amazon Black Friday stream, the Amazon Cyber Monday stream, the showcase, knowing that we had to plan for January 4th.
Yeah.
Knowing like there was a bunch of other things, and to know that we just now have one thing to focus on.
Sure.
It feels so good.
Sure.
It's still overwhelming.
That'll
But
last
this
you
is,
another
like,
3 days until an
normal
offer comes in.
Overwhelming, where it's like, okay, we can deal with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead
Yeah.
of like, oh, well, let's plan a press
The only thing
conference.
that's so bad about this week is that I think, at least me, and it's just me taking my eye off the ball while I was working on that, I still was like, Skeleton Crew, easy week.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I
we
mean?
fucked that up.
And I looked at the schedule like, oh man, there's 2 podcasts after Morning Show and Games Daily on some of these days.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what we
Yeah,
expected.
we should have not done the morning
We
show.
should have
It's all
not
good.
done- It's fine. Yeah, we don't care.
Because I'm very proud of the Kind of Funny Game Showcase. It
Who
came
isn't?
out. I feel like it went perfectly.
Kindoffunny.com/showcase right
But
now. You
Greg,
can watch it.
Hit me with some of the behind the scenes shit. Hit me with some of the secrets that the people want to know.
Okay. The big question I think I see come around all the time is either, I think it was a Gamescast or a Games Daily or whatever, some show we were doing where I was like, oh, that thing fell through. Like, I think I don't want to give away what fell through.
Yeah.
We were working with a partner, a large AA, I would say. Porty. Don't we bargain at things? It wasn't Porty. Working with a large AA studio and publisher and developer. And they were running it down to the line to get us a brand new asset, a brand new trailer to end it and have that be the, hey, and one more thing.
And that was definitely like going into it for me when we were first workshopping, because like this project was 90% Greg Miller up to a point, and then it became 90% me afterwards. And somewhere in the middle, that 10% from both sides, which equals 20%, because that's how math works,
yeah, exactly.
was me and Greg together, like trying to come up with the run of show, which really was like, oh, yeah, this is how it's going to work. But from the very beginning, we knew we wanted to start with something really cool and end with something really cool.
Right.
And ideally, we'd have really cool stuff peppered in throughout the whole thing. But I feel like it was pretty early on that thing we had to end the show was confirmed.
And I'm sorry it's not a cop-out not to tell you. I'm just sure they're still working on that asset and are going to be excited to catch you off guard with it when they put it out.
But my thing is, that was awesome. And I was like, this is a really cool thing.
The thing about it was confirmed early.
Yeah.
Like, it was super early that, oh my God, we love that you're doing this. These guys want to do something. Oh, holy shit, they want to do something?
And I think that's what gave me the confidence that this was going to work.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, could we have the one more thing?
Yeah.
Just tell people it's Half-Life 3 and get it over.
Totally, exactly. It was going to be the Rocksteady Superman game.
But jumping ahead, didn't happen.
No, yeah. So then it didn't happen late in the game.
Like,
it was like
days before shooting.
I was going to say, what we gave the deadline of November 16th, I think, Monday, November 16th, if that equates out, of assets, which we knew most people wouldn't hit. In weird fashion, which I didn't expect, but I guess you should, most of the indies hit it.
Yeah.
It was people that weren't indies, that are bigger studios, bigger publishers, bigger developers that needed more time with their asset, which I get.
Totally makes sense.
Approval process,
of course,
internally, stuff like that. Right?
And like more, like a lot of indies were like Y2K, right? Like, it's not hard for them necessarily to cut a trailer. They were already had so much of that game done. Not to mention a lot of it just lined up that a lot of people were getting ready to announce release dates, getting ready to announce things for us.
Well, there's a huge difference between like being able to take your 3 or 4 coworkers around the table and watch it all and be like, good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the cut. And having to send it off to the marketing department, the international relations department, and get everybody to sign off on it at different times of day around the world. Yeah. One person finds one thing wrong, you got to start the whole thing over again.
Exactly, yeah. And so, that thing fell apart at the 11th hour, like literally as we're running in. That's why I talk about it on a podcast, because you and I can't talk not on a podcast because we're working nonstop. And it was that idea of like, all right, cool, we got something else. And the one we were going to end with in its place, stick with me, of course, was Housemarque. Yeah. And I'm fine telling this, and I imagine they are as well. Housemarque was going to be one of the, and you can get into the beta today things. That was one of the, when we talked about the press release going out, and it was nearly half a dozen, right? Everybody's like, why don't they just say 5? And it was like, well, it's actually 4 because a bunch of people fell apart at the last second and pulled out. Like, there was one, right, where we were driving around filming, and I kept kicking this bit because we were waiting on one group to get back to me, because in the original emails they had said, we'll release day and date. And then they had submitted their stuff. I had a Google form set up to submit your actual info, and they put a Q1 on it. And I was like, wait, isn't this today? And like, we were driving around, and they finally answered. Not finally, I noticed it that morning when we were finalizing the script. Got an answer from them, like, oh no, we had to move it. So it was like we ran through the script to cross out everywhere where we said 5, to put it to 4, to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it was all these things. And then the Housemarque thing was, they were all set to do it, where we're gonna, there'll be the one more thing, we'll have a big lead into it, then it'll end, and it'll be like, go to housemarque.com/kindafunny to get in the beta that day. And in similar fashion, it was, I think we already recorded, right? Yeah, we already recorded. And that Monday, like, I hit them up for asses, like, hey, we're sending it to you now. We're not prime time ready to have people jump into the beta. The beta's gonna be soon. We still want to give out the codes. It's all still there. It's still limited. It's still a kind of funny URL. It's just not that day. Yeah. And it was that thing of fuck. Like, now stick with me all together. Well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. But stick with me. It was like, okay, shit. What are we gonna do about that? Blah blah blah. On top of it, it was like it got mentioned it was one of our favorite shots from it, because we shot it at Coin Op, right? That's what they call that bar. Which looked rad. We're excited to be in an arcade to say arcade is dead. And so there is a whole intro to that we cut that was like, yeah, you know what? And we have another game to tell you about that's coming out today, blah, blah. And then it picks up instead with, They shocked the world and they said arcade is dead. Like there's a lot more before that.
Well, that's going to be on disc 2 of the Blu-ray.
Of course, all the deleted
scenes. All that out there.
Now, when we're running around shooting, even that was like, oh man, no offense to Housemarque. We love Housemarque Storm Divers looks rad and it's different for them and they've always been so good with gameplay. It was that thing of, it's not as cool as the AA announcement we had before, right? And so what it was is that we had that Variety article go out on Friday before all this happened when we were shooting everything on No, we shot on Friday. Is that right?
We shot Saturday.
Did we?
Yeah, you shot on Saturday.
First round. But it was that we got somebody hit me up. It was Telltale or not. Skybound hit me up about The Walking Dead while we were out shooting though, right? Yeah. I had that call outside of Gordo's.
Wait. I think it was Sunday that we were shooting. We shot Sunday and then Monday did the reshoots.
Did you just call Victor's Gordo's?
Right. No. We shot both places.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
one says where IGN people eat burritos, and one says Tim's favorite burrito place.
So that was the thing. Is like from the beginning, pretty much, we knew we had the thing that ended up getting cut. That was the biggest thing we had.
Yeah.
We knew we had Sega involved for what is now called Judgment.
Yeah.
We knew we had EA for Anthem.
Yeah.
And we knew that was just going to be an extended thing of the Game Awards. Didn't understand exactly what it was going to be. And we knew we had Housemarque. So it's like those were the 4 big things that were like, all right, we can kind of build the show around that.
Right.
And then when the big thing fell out, I was bummed because I'm like, editing wise, pacing wise, like we're missing a beat.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about specifically, Tim, because you edited the thing ultimately. And what impressed me most about the show, and there was a lot to love about it, was the exquisite pacing. Press conferences and releases like this, and Nintendo Directs even, often have terrible pacing, and pacing is the difference between these things working great or not doing games the justice they deserve. Like a lot of press conferences simply don't give games the treatment that they deserve, and people lose interest, not because the games aren't good, but because the way they're presented is.
Absolutely.
The pacing was phenomenal, but as you talk about these last minute changes, I imagine it was pretty nuts. Can you talk to us some about how that process worked, bringing it down to the wire and getting that pacing right with all the changes?
It was extremely stressful and difficult, but because me and Greg have watched press conferences for years, we knew the structure, we knew what we needed, and we bucketed things in a way. We tried to make sure we didn't ride ourselves into a corner. We knew that at any moment, any asset we didn't already have, we might not get. And we also knew that anything we had might change, and some things did. So it was kind of easy to put things together. And even when there was changes, all it took was 10 minutes of us sitting down and being like, what if we put this here instead? And then all of a sudden it makes sense, you know? But it still was a bummer because we didn't have the one more thing. We ended up changing the one more thing to being Anthem. Like in the first version of it, we're like, fuck, I guess this is what we have to do.
Right. So
and like, not that that's a bummer, but like it was definitely a thing of like, this is cool, but it's not a new asset. It's just more like, if you're a fan of this is an exciting
our biggest,
thing.
my biggest concern with it, right, is because, it was awesome. Thank God, Mike Gamble and BioWare and EA wanted to work with us and stuff. But it was very much what we don't like about press conferences, right? Where it's like, we've had this speed run of a show, pacing's been great, And here, and originally what I got told we were getting was 15 minutes.
15 minutes
of him talking about Anthem. And I was like, damn, how do we do that and still have a one more thing or do it? And then it just, when the one thing we thought was going to be one more thing fell out, when Housemarque wasn't really, because originally they were the original, when they fall out, that doesn't happen. It was like, all right, we'll put Anthem there, but then was that going to be interesting to everyone?
We re-recorded an outro. Our first outro that like we were kind of sad about was literally us being like, hey, and the one more thing is a deep dive into Anthem and check it out. And like, I'm so happy that didn't end up happening, because we took that and then we're like, we shot a new bit. We're just like, look, we're going to give you a preview of it. The whole thing's up. Go check out the site later.
So how did that real one more thing end up
so that now
together?
you've rejogged my memory. Thank you. So we shot over the weekend on the one day. Was it Sunday?
It was Sunday, yeah.
And we went too long. We were racing to get the final shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. It was freezing. My hair was blowing. I was mad. We needed extra shots. So we had shot the entire thing, what you're talking about. That's where we started the day, with the first shoot being, hey, everybody, thank you for watching. Here at this, or in front of the desk. Anthem's your one more thing. See you guys later. And then we went and shot the rest all around San Francisco.
Yeah.
Were you doing those with a prompter, by the way?
No.
Okay.
We wrote the script and then just memorized it.
Yeah.
Woke up Monday, came in and did a real day of work, but the Variety thing posted. The press release from Jen and Papa Gendo went out, and then it was, hey, there's a Variety article up, which got us on a lot of different people's radars, which was super nice. And so, Skybound reached out, and they were just like...
So we went out while we were shooting.
Well, this happened before, right?
No, we were.
No. Remember, they emailed me and were like, "Hey, we'd love to do something." We didn't know about this press conference thing. I was like, like we'd love to do something, and like I know all of them very well, so I responded back very not curt, but very much like, "Cool, it has to happen today. It has to happen now. Like we were asset locked, whatever, and we're filming the final thing today, and Tim's editing the thing."
Because the problem is, I had to edit, and on top of that, it's not the normal kind of funny thing of like, "Oh, I'll stay up all night and it's fine doing revisions." Yeah. We had to get it to Twitch because we didn't trust our internet here.
Right.
Thank God, because the internet was a disaster that day.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
But we got to Twitch, so we needed that couple day buffer time. So it was down to the wire.
Yeah, of course. And to Skybound Games' credit, right? Their response wasn't, "Oh, okay, we'll get you next time around." It was like, "Oh shit, hold on." And so they ran off to do stuff, and I was expecting, they're making a bunch of games. I didn't think they could actually get us a Walking Dead asset. And sure enough, we were out shooting, and the email came back of like, "We think we can do something. Can we jump on the phone?" And jumped on the phone, and it was like, we've been prepping this Walking Dead thing, teasing giving the release date for the episode 3, recapping pretty much Clem's entire journey, celebrating the still not bitten team that that is still working up in the old Telltale office right now on this game, and they were like, we thought about doing it on our own, so then it became a full court press of like, I understand that the people I was talking to understand that they need to obviously make their bosses and make everybody happy and make them understand that no, this is the thing you want to be a part of. And so like if you see the one where we're the bit where it is us out front of Gordo's, where I forget what we're introing, but it says Tim's favorite burrito place, Gordo's, is behind us. That shot was super delayed because I was around the corner of the building on the phone with Skybound, giving them all the information they needed, having Joey Slack me our deck so I could send it to them so they could go make the presentation.
Like we're a big deal, quote unquote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's so hard to
fun fact for people who don't know what a deck is. Can you let them know?
Oh, we have a PDF that's like, here's all the shows and here's all of our numbers and here's social following and like kind of funny at a glance. So if you've never heard of us, because it's so hard to explain who we are, right? And like again, we always joke around about it. If you went and looked at a YouTube video, you'd be like, these guys barely pull views, but the downloads for the podcast are so huge and the social followings are so huge and everybody follows it for a different reason. And so then it became this thing of, they were super into it. I think they're going to do it. Oh my God, that could be the one more thing. That'd be great. They came back and they're like, yeah, they didn't really like it that much. Like they understand that it's going to be a cool show and they understand this, but they're not seeing why it's a good fit for them. And so then it was like, I think we were in the car again and I stopped the car or whatever. And it was like, well, remember, like I want to involve the Still Not Bitten team. One original draft you and I had of this show was like, how could we do something not in memorial to Telltale, but have it be that we had Telltale dev or former Telltale devs come in here and talk about why they make games, which then became I make games because, and I do all this different stuff. But there was an idea of that, and it's like, our whole thing is anchored in the Bay Area, right? Like that's why we shot around here. It's what we think defines Kind of Funny in so many ways. We think that works for Telltale too, and this franchise to that extent, right? And so it was a back and forth, this, that, and the other. I was gonna shout out. It's what Not My Car was that the game we added last second too, right, from them? Any idea there?
I don't remember the name of it.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Not My.
The Fast and Furious meets PUBG.
Yeah, exactly. Battle Royale stuff. Yeah, exactly. No. Oh yeah. If that was one of the ones they were like, we got this too. I'm like, let's get into montage and do all that stuff. And so at the last second, basically on the shooting day, the final day we're shooting, they were like, all right, cool, we're good to go, we can do it. And so even then though, we didn't shoot that day. We pushed it because we needed. I didn't want to fuck this up, right? Like I didn't want it to be like insulting to Telltale former devs. Absolutely. We didn't know they were called the Still Not Bitten team. We didn't know how many of them were. They were like, we think we can go get B-roll of them working. I was like, let's do all that. And so we delayed it one more day. So Tim's just doing this Frankenstein of a project with pieces here, there, not there, blackout things.
Did you guys run up there to do the B, or did they send
They did it for us. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And there we had it. We had one more thing. And it's like, that to me was such like, that brought this whole thing together. The whole thing was great, but it's like, as a press conference, like what you're talking about the pacing and presentation, how much that matters to us. Like, I was like, we need that. And the other thing, like, I felt like we got cut off at the knees not getting the big thing that we thought we had. But on top of that, the intro I had was so good. Like I had we started off with the indie release titles that you're anticipating, and then there was one game. Can I say?
Oh right, no, this is and this is on me, not on them at all. But I obviously have been a huge proponent for Ape Out. And so I'd been leaning on them to get in the showcase to do this different stuff. And like you just brought up, right, 69 games. I was a fractured mess, and I made a joke to Nick when I was going through proofreading stuff for his graphics, which I still fucked up, but proofreading the graphics, right? And it was there. I paused on one of them. And I was like, I know we can't do it now, and there's no way to do it. It would have been funny if before this we did a mobile game or Kind of Funny game showcase game.
Oh.
Because I booked all these games and talked to every dev, and I'm looking at titles for games, and I'm like, I've never fucking heard of this. And I go back and there's my emails, me mentioning it, talking about it, right? And so, yeah, I got super turned around on Ape Out. Because Ape Out was in my information deck as, we're going to have a new trailer for Ape Out. But then when we got the new trailer, it was the trailer that went wide for Switch, or would go wide.
It was the release date trailer.
Exactly, and it was like, holy shit, this is awesome. This trailer is amazing. And we're gonna. I forgot we're announcing the release date, which pushed it up into the release date section, which had it start the show because it was such a powerful trailer.
And that's the thing. It literally started the show. It was us, Golden Gate Bridge. We were like.
Here's the release dates for our
most anticipated indies. Let's check them out. And the first one was the Ape Out trailer, and the trailer was so good. It set the tone so right, and I was just like, "This is freaking perfect."
And then,
so how'd you screw it up?
While we're doing that, Nigel from Devolver hit me back and was like, "All right, here's your trailer." And I was like, wait, what? And I looked back, and sure enough, he was just sharing that trailer to be like, hey, here's the Ape Out trailer Nintendo's going to release, or whatever it was.
And they released it like
Thursday
2
before,
days before
the Thursday
event.
before the showcase. And then here's yours, which is a good trailer.
We had an exclusive level reveal.
Exactly, but it didn't hit as hard as the first one,
Yeah.
and also it had the same information.
Yep.
So it was like, shit, we got to move that down, start somewhere else
And
here.
so I was just like editing it because I'm looking at the timeline in my head, and I'm like, we don't have a one more thing. We don't have the intro.
Yeah.
It's like this, fuck. And then the Housemark stuff was like slowly falling up. There was like rumblings that we were like, this might not be accurate or
the way we
whatever.
wanted it. Yeah.
So it was like, oh shit.
And that's where we
this
started
is-
getting real general in the script of like how many things we're saying, what we're going to
Exactly.
do. Yeah.
And at that point, we had Sega and the Judgment section in the middle of the whole event because we're like, we want to have, ideally, something in the beginning, something in the middle, something at the end. But then once we got the Walking Dead thing, and once we got the Anthem thing figured out what we're going to do, confirmed with Housemark and stuff, it all started to piece itself together. I'm like, we got to move Judgment to the end.
Not to mention, Judgment was another asset we had known about forever. Again, Sega Atlas was so great about like, we want to be a part of this, we want to help you, we want to support you. We have this thing where you announce the voice, oh my God, yeah. But it came in so late. And so I think we had been downplaying what that was going to be. And then when we got it and watched it, I was like, holy fucking
this is
shit,
really
this is
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
And that's what, it all worked out. Like, I love that at the end of the day, looking at it, I'm like, all the worries we had, everything, like, it worked out because we planned it correctly of knowing that even if problems happen, it's like we can put things in buckets. Like, I think the showcase is awesome. And I think that it's kind of just we created the playbook now of like how to present these type of games, and it's like I want to do it again.
Yeah,
Will we?
totally.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
For my money, because I've been a part of a process like this before, planning something like this, and for my money, the best one I've ever seen done on a wide scale was the 2016 Sony E3.
Oh
press
my God,
conference.
it was so good.
I think that's the best one ever. I think y'all, and I'm not trying to brown nose you here, really did approach that in terms of your control of pacing, in terms of the way you presented the product. It was extraordinarily well done. So if you choose to do it again, I think you've already got a formula that just works wonderfully, and with revision in the process and the experience you bring in, it'll be even better. Plus, once you do this once, that's going to open new doors.
Absolutely.
Well, that was the
another
biggest thing. The people who didn't work with us or couldn't work with us, a lot of it was like, oh man, like we'd like to help you out, but we need to know what it looks like. Like when we're describing it, it was very weird.
No one that creates things in the corporate space likes new things.
Exactly.
They like to be
Yeah.
able to walk into a room full of people that have to spend money and say, here's what we're getting more of.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like you need it's the sequel thing, right? And like that. I'm going to have to leave in a second, but the thing that I
take it
love
from
the
here.
most about the showcase is it is kind of funny at its purest essence. It's us just being like, we should do this thing. Can we do this thing? Which we ask after, like
We've already
we're
announced
doing
it at that point.
And then it's just like, okay, cool. How are we going to do it? And it's like, I keep repeating this, but I love that there was never a moment of us being like, fuck, how do we do this? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
We always knew what we had to do.
Well,
just
we
knew
were
it was
lucky
gonna be a
enough
lot of
too that
work.
it evolved as we worked on it. Where in
Yeah.
the beginning it was like I was thinking it's gonna be 15 minutes of us talking in the studio, and then I was like, well, you can do something cooler than that. We can make it look like this, blah blah. And then it was guys, we're getting a lot of responses. We're getting a lot of things.
And that's what I love most about it, though, is there was a moment where we didn't know what this was, but we know that what questions to ask, and we're kind of like, all right, here's Let's see what happens. Let's throw everything at the wall, see what sticks, see what comes back to us. Because there was a lot of different versions of what this was. Yeah. But once we decided that we're going to do this pre-recorded, going around San Francisco, even that idea changed over time. But the intro, the hype video, right? Like we had so many ideas for that, but I just love how ambitious we are. Where you guys saw what it ended up being of like the why I play games, like thank you for playing, like why I create games, all that stuff. We just made a list of people. Yeah. And we're like, we just kind of assumed we were going to get it. You know what I mean? It's just like we kind of willed that into existence.
And we got a fraction of the people we listed.
We got Ed Boon. That's freaking crazy. There was so much representation in that intro that I'm like, we just thought of it as a cool idea. And we're like, great. If we just reach out to these people, it'd be great. And we reached out to so many motherfuckers.
Because the original idea, right, was to start with developers saying, this is why I make games, thank you for playing. Do the entire conference, do the one more thing, and then end it with players saying, this is why I play, thank you for creating.
Yeah. I think the way you did it actually worked out really well.
Me too.
100%.
I thought this was like way better. And
things happen for a reason.
It's one of those things that you can't plan that. You know, you have the vision in your head and you're like, this is what I want it to be. And I think it's going to work. But it's not until you have the different colors of paint that you realize what you can actually paint.
So for a little inside baseball here, now that you've done this, now that you've created this incredible product and been through the enormous amount of work it is, do you think Nintendo has the right approach with building pre-filmed, constructed directs, or do you think that the old style press conference is the way to go for people that want to present products? Which do you think allows you more creative flexibility to create the stronger argument for why games are good?
I've always liked the Nintendo Direct way better than press conferences. However, press conferences, there's nothing that matches that type of hype. There's nothing like a room full of people and lights and moving stuff and like just the liveness of it. But that allows for a lot of really awkward moments and things to go wrong.
I think there's a time and place for both. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing is I think I would still love to see Nintendo go back and do a E3 press conference, right? But more importantly, I think, is the PSX press conference, which is just the keynote where it's a room full of PlayStation fans. You're playing to that audience. You're going crazy. XO18. Hey, we have a room full of Xbox fans from Mexico City, and we're going crazy. And that sets the tone for what it is. The Nintendo Direct, the showcase, Nindies, all that stuff, right, is so good at presenting information in a digestible way, right? Like this is not the exact same answer or situation, but a similar one, right? Is like, we set out with, we want to do montages right. Whenever I wrote back somebody, I had canned responses that I was sending out to developers who want to be a part of it. I was like, hey, your game looks great. We want it to be part of a montage. Before you roll your eyes, this is what it said. Before you roll your eyes, I want you to know we hate montages. We're doing montages what we think is the right way of, it's going to show your game. You're going to give me 280 characters to describe your game. And then we're going to have a bug come in that tells platforms and release dates and stuff about your game. Because I hate watching anybody's press conference. And it's just game after game after game. Like, what game was that? What is it going on? Well, I don't know what I'm talking about or what I'm looking at or what I'm thinking anymore. We wanted to get ahead of that and make it not like that, right?
And you did cute things. You were able to throw in jokes. It's a gold fart game. Exactly, it's triangles and it looks pretty cool.
But then, like today, right, Media Molecule announced the Dreams beta information. And they did it during a stream, which is a different thing. And it was a laid back stream. It was Abby and two of the devs on a couch, right? And then they turned the camera and they were all over there. And I was at my kitchen counter eating breakfast, and I was trying to tweet about it, and I fucked up a whole bunch of dates. Like I said 24th instead of the 21st, and then I was confused based on the way they presented it of that you can start the literal verbiage was like general people will be able to start emailing around the 4th and then get into it on the 8th. But then the way I crafted the tweet on see you, love you. The way I looked at it after the fact was like, oh well, that makes it sound like you can get into it, whatever, blah blah. But it was that thing of that's what happens when you're giving the information that way. When it is a rolling, it's like right now, if you were trying to jot down all the information of what we were saying, that would be a different product for at the very least.
Are you proud?
100%. Yeah, of course we are. I mean, I think we all tried super hard on it, right? And we all did some of the best work of our career on it. And I think it's definitely, like I said in the show, I believe, but like, the most important contribution I've given back to the industry.
Cool.
Like a way of like, hey, here are 69 games, right, that wouldn't get this. And the feedback we've gotten from those devs in terms of impressions, trailer views, signups, follows, that kind of, you know what I mean? The fact that people on Beyond we're talking about Adam's Ascending, right? And the fact that like people were tweeting about these games and saying, man, like these are games I wouldn't even known about, but now that I've seen them there, I'm excited about this, that, and the other. Like that's what it was all about, and that's what we wanted. I know I saw on our subreddit someone had made a comment of like, man, it's crazy that Tim's reaction video to Persona and Smash has more views than the showcase. And that's kind of sad or whatever. And enough people were there to be like, well, the showcase is an hour plus. Tim's thing is a 2-second video, you know, it's a different YouTube thing. But it was never about getting views on a video. It was very much about promoting indie games that are cool and people that need help, and that's why we wanted to use our platform for it. So we got to set a whole bunch of Twitch records and do all that jazz, but even people had written into Games Daily, right, of like, oh, I'm seeing, you know, the games you guys debuted there being talked about on other sites, but they're not referencing you. Is that bad? It's like, well, no, because once our stuff was done, everybody got to blast out their information, and hopefully those press releases carried more weight because they just seen that game and they knew to do it. And you don't need to credit us. We don't care about the credit. We just want to make sure that these people who are mortgaging their house are working for 5 years on one game out of their spare bedroom.
Which is how it happens.
Exactly.
This is how these games get made. And so many of them never get seen. And it's striking. I think it's a really beautiful thing you did. What would you do different next year if you do it again next year?
More time. You know what I mean? That was the biggest thing, is that we didn't have the correct amount of time to do it in a way that didn't kill us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have been on any of the shows leading up to that.
You'd
showcase.
had to have delegated.
Exactly. But there was just, you didn't know you were in the rip current until it was pulling me away from shore.
Yeah.
And that was the thing of like, you know, a month and a half out. And like I said earlier, like, we are feeling the repercussions now.
Yeah.
Right? Where I'm grumpy at work now. Not because I love making the products, right? But because the schedule's so fucked up in a way I didn't expect it to be.
You're a very nice grumpy, but you've definitely been grumpy.
Yeah, right. And it's just like I just want to get back to normal for a second. And like I thought this would be a weird normal, but it's actually still a ton of work because of the abnormal we had before it. And so hopefully decompress for a week, come back, you know, do January 4th, and you'd have the crazy whatever.
Yeah, because you're
4.0 kind of funny. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be beautiful. By the way, just along the grumpy joke, you may feel like you're grumpy, but we went out for the office party the other night, and Angie was like, Greg was so sweet to me all night. He wanted to make sure there was somebody to talk to.
Oh, sure. I want to make sure everybody's happy. Yeah.
Your grumpy is like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll take that.
You're a nice dude.
My drunkie was drunk. I was drunk.
You were inebriated there at the end of the event.
But I knew that was going to happen because it was blow off steam.
I also knew when I didn't, because you are the quickest email replier I know.
Yeah.
And when you didn't write back on Saturday, I was like, oh my gosh, you must have had a night.
Oh, dude, I was hungover until Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, and even then it took a second to go.
I was like, it is not like Greg to be like, we're going to talk about this and then not.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was like, oh my gosh, he must be gone.
Oh, man. It was a great time, though. Showcase and the thing. But
yeah, you did a great thing. My favorite part of it, in addition to watching the video, was the fact that I didn't have to do any work for it at all. And,
sure. You got to come be part of the after show?
Yes, I got to come be part of the after show, and which was delightful, as we had 3 like 6-year-old children on there playing Smash with all of us. And once you
this is such a family-friendly stream. Like, ooh, I don't know about that. Hold on.
And once you switched over to time mode, and we had time mode.
You took advantage of those kids, man.
We had Smash on.
You were like, you know what?
You know what? If I just go spin next to them the whole time with Rob, they don't know how to block.
No.
And I can charge at my thing and win game after game. It's pretty beautiful.
You attacked them.
Yeah. You just deliberately target the young. They are weak.
You deliberately target the young.
They are weak.
Oh my goodness!
You can destroy them easily and use them to build up your meter and do a smash to win every game.
That's how you got to do it.
That's how you do it.
Just take advantage of the children's weaknesses. It's not about them having fun in Smash. It's about Jared having fun. Jared needs to have fun.
Game
exactly.
You know what? It's fine.
Any other questions about the kind of funny game showcase?
I'd rather talk about myself some more.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Go for it. I don't mind that.
No, I asked you about being proud, and I asked you about next year. Do you ever imagine yourself featuring one of your own? You reveal so many creations to the world. You got 4.0 coming up, but do you ever imagine yourself revealing your own art or one of the staff in here through a showcase like that? Are you ever going to make a game?
Oh. I think it'd be more that we showcase somebody from the kind of funny world staff that way. Yeah, that's just not my thing.
Not your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I wondered if you've ever been drawn to the creative side of it.
I've always talked about it. Like people are like, oh man, it'd be cool to make a Superman game or whatever. Like I could see me being a consultant on something like that, but no, I don't. It's not what my passion is. This is my passion. Okay. It's the same thing with comics, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like I talked about it before starting the YouTube channel that I was like, oh, maybe I'll try making a comic or whatever. And I was like, that's not what I'm looking for. Even this year with like writing the Superman script in the beginning of the year, where I was like, I got so much free time. This is cool. It's still cool, but it's not my passion. That's why I can't go back to it. But I'll go home and play, whatever I need to do, or stay here all hours in the day making a video.
Yeah, I learned a couple of months ago you used to be a cartoonist. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, drawing comic strips stuff.
And very, very, very few people from our world ever make them. But I do like to imagine the Greg Miller game, what it would be like.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. I'm sure. I would imagine one day we team up with somebody. You know what I mean? That we almost did once.
Yeah,
we had a best friend working on a game for a while.
Just never happened.
Yeah, it was just it was one of those things. He was very plucky, very gung ho, but very green, and we were like, we're green too, so just try it.
Yeah.
And he went, and eventually it was like the scope of it kept getting big, and then I think it kind of just collapsed upon itself.
Overscoping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's really, really rough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kinda Funny Gamescast. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, Tim had to run away. If you are watching live, don't worry, the post show's still coming up. And you say, wait, Greg, there's a post show? There sure is. If you go to patreon.com/kindafunnygames, you get a pre and post show if you watch live, or if you watch the one big video that we put up each and every Friday. There's an audio version too. No pre and post show, but it's still up every Friday as well. If you don't want to give us any bucks over on patreon.com/kindafunnygames because you can't, or you just think we're doing a crap job, we understand. You can wait. Monday, it goes up as a podcast around the globe, and one big YouTube video at youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Jared is here using his red hybrid thing.
Yeah, we got 4 hybrid device red.
You know all about that, of course.
Yeah, if you watch the pre-show.
That pre-show.
That's right. 4 hybrid. What is hybrid device red?
We'll find out on the post show. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Thanks for watching the Kinda Funny Gamescast, everybody. Click up here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click down there to subscribe to our Patreon. If you like what we do and you want to get the shows early, click over here to check out Kinda Funny. That's right, we have another YouTube channel where we talk about everything but video games. And then click down here for a playlist of Jared Petty videos from Hot Blip and a Jump.
Aw.
We don't promote that enough. He has his own channel too. We don't pay him enough either. Go over there and help him.